Hello everyone, welcome to lecture 2 of third chapter coordinate geometry. So now in our previous lecture we have seen the concepts related to coordinate geometry, the Cartesian system, and now today we are going to begin with the first exercise, that is 3.1. So the first question is, how will you describe the position of a table lamp on your study table to another person? So we have to describe the position of a lamp. So first, which is present on a study table. So the situation is like this. There is a study table and there is a lamp on the study table, and you want to describe the position of the lamp to another person. So how you are going to do this? Now if we consider the study table as a plane, and in that plane the lamp as a point. Now we have discussed the Cartesian system. To locate or to give position to a point, we need two axes, right? X-axis and y-axis, to describe the position of a point in a plane. So we have discussed this. Suppose we consider that lamp as one point in a plane. So to describe its position, we need two references like x and y-axis. So take any two edges, take two adjacent edges, and take them as reference. So let us say we are taking these two as our references, these two edges as our reference, x and y. Okay, now calculate the distance, the perpendicular distance of the lamp from each edge. From each edge, suppose this be as 25 centimeters and this be as say 35 centimeters. You can take any distance because here nothing is mentioned, so you can take any distance, doesn't matter. Okay, so suppose this after measuring, so how you are going to give the position of the lamp? The position of the lamp can be 35 comma 25, or it can be 25 comma 35, depending on which one is x and which one is y, right? So these two are the possibilities of the position of the lamp on the table. So how in this way you are going to describe it, right? Now how you are going to write it? So you will write it as, choose any two edges, choose any two edges and measure the perpendicular distance of the lamp from each edge. So this we have calculated, and as we have shown that in figure, so here let us write it as shown in figure. Okay, therefore position of lamp is 35 comma 25 or 25 comma 35, depending on what you are fixing, which one as x and which one as y. So these are the two possible position for the given lamp. In this way you are going to describe it. Okay, now let us see the second question. Now the second question is really very lengthy, and let us see, though it is lengthy but very easy. So the question is, a city has two main roads which are crossing each other at the center of the city. So there are two main roads which are crossing each other at center of the city. These two roads are along north-south and east-west direction. So these roads are along north-south direction. One is along north-south and the second one is along east-west direction. So these two main roads are meeting each other, crossing each other at the center of city. All the other streets of the city run parallel to these roads and are 200 meter apart. So all other roads in the city, they are running parallel to these roads, these two main roads. and there are and the distance between the two road is 200 meters. So they are apart 200 meters from each other. Okay. Then there are about 5 streets in each direction. That means 5 streets in north south and 5 streets in east west direction. And each street is apart 200-meter apart from each other. Now using 1 centimeter as 200 meter, draw a model of the city and represent the roads and streets by the single lines. Okay, so let us stop here, and they have asked us to draw the model. Now let us draw the model, and they have asked us to represent the streets and roads by single line. Okay, so the main roads, let us see. The main roads are in the north south. One is in the north south direction and other one is the east west direction, and these two roads cross each other at the center of the city. So let these two be the main roads. These two are the main roads. Okay, wait. So this is north south direction main road, and this is east west direction main road. Okay, and they are meeting at the center of the city. They are crossing at the center of the city. So let us write this as a main road. So this is the main road, and even not east west is also a main road, or let us write it as ms, so it will be easy. Main road, main mr. Okay, main road. This is also main road. Okay, and then it is told that there are 5 streets in each direction, 5 in northeast, 5 in north south and 5 in east west, and all these streets of the city are running parallel to the main roads. So 5 in the north south direction and 5 in the east west direction parallel. So let us draw them. So 1 2 3 4 and 5. Now it was told that each street is apart how much? 200 meters apart. And now we have taken, now when you will draw this in your classwork, what you will do is you will take the distance between the two streets, each two street as 1 centimeter, because our scale is 1 centimeter equal to 1 centimeter equal to 200 meters, right? And now let us name this. So let this be as first street, second, third, fourth and fifth. Now I have taken 3 this side, 2 this side, so you can take 2 here and 3 here, no problem. Okay, so these are the 5 streets parallel in north south direction, and now 5 in east west. So let us draw 5 in east west. 1 2 3 4 and 5. So let us again name this also. 1 2 3 4 and 5. The black ones are the main roads and the blue ones are the streets. 5 streets in each direction, right? And they are parallel to the north south and east west directions. Now what is told? Now let us so this is the road map. Now we have drawn the model of the city. Now what is asked? There are many cross streets in your model. Now yes, there are many cross streets. Every road is crossing each other. Now you can see here is one crossing, here is one crossing, here is one cross. So many crossings are there now, so many cross streets are there now. So there are many cross streets in your model. Each cross street is referred in the following manner. Now each cross street, each crossing, each crossing should have some name, right? So they are referred in the following manner. Now what they have given us, what it is? If the second street in north south, second in the north south, so these are the standing ones are the north south. So second in the north-south, and fifth street in the east-west. Fifth street in the east-west. So fifth in the east-west. They meet at a cross street. So where they are meeting? Check. This one and this one. These two, right? Second in the north-south. Second in the north-south. And fifth in the east-west. Where they are crossing? Here, right? They are crossing here. So what it is told, that it is referred meet at a cross street, say 2, 5. So they have given us the convention that it will be referred as 2, 5. So in this manner they have named the cross street. So how they have referred? The x coordinate is north-south direction street, and the y coordinate is east-west direction street. So this convention they have given us, right? Now using this convention, find how many cross streets can be referred as 4, 3. So we have to find 4, 3. So as it is, 4 means what now? 4, 3. According to this convention, the first coordinate 2 is in north-south direction 2. So the 4 refers to as north-south and 3 refers to as east-west. So find that cross street. How many cross streets can be there? So north-south, fourth one. So fourth in the north-south means this one. And third in the east-west. Third street of the east-west. So this one. So in how many places they are crossing each other? Only one. So this will be referred to as 4, 3. So how many are there? How many cross streets can be referred as 4, 3? Only one. We got only one, right? Now the second question is same. How many cross streets can be referred as 3, 4? Now 3, 4 again, 3, 4. 3 will be north-south according to the convention they have given us, and 4 will be east-west. So 3 in the north-south will be this one. Let us do this one, or let us do it with some other color. Wait. So 3 in the north-south, 3 in the north-south, or I will do this like this. 3 in the north-south and 4 in the east-west. So this is 4th in the east-west. So how many places they are intersecting each other? Only one. So this point with this cross street will be referred as 3, 4. If you will notice, 4, 3 and 3, 4 are two different cross streets, right? So how many cross streets can be referred as 3, 4? Again only one. So again for this and this, answer will be same. How many cross streets? Only one cross street can be referred to as 4, 3, and the second answer will also be only one cross streets can be referred as 3, 4 as shown in figure, and this will be your roadmap. Okay, so here we complete this exercise, and now let us see the next exercise 3.2. So let us begin with the next exercise 3.2, and the first question is write answer of each of the following questions. And the first question is, what is the name of horizontal and vertical lines drawn to determine position of any point in the Cartesian plane? So answer to this question, the two lines, the horizontal and vertical two lines which are drawn to determine position of each point are called as x-axis and y-axis. X-axis and y-axis. Then the second question is, what is the name of each part of the plane formed by these two lines? So because of these two lines, 4 parts are formed. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and all these are called as quadrants. So answer to this question is, the name of each part of the plane formed by these two lines is quadrant, and there are how many quadrants? 4 quadrants. First, second, third and fourth quadrants. Then write the name of the point where these two lines intersect. These two lines intersect at a point called as origin. These two lines intersect each other at a point called as origin, and its coordinates are 0, 0. We know this. So this was the first question. Now let us see the second one. So the second question is, see the figure and answer the following question. So a graph is given to you and some questions are related to the graph. So let us see, the x-axis is given, y-axis is given, and some points are marked. A, B, C, D. Some points are marked. Now let us see the questions. The coordinates of point B. So we have to find coordinates of point B. So let us see, where is point B. This is your point B, right? Now we write it as x comma y, x coordinate comma y coordinate. So on x-axis, check the coordinate of x, coordinate of B, it will be -5. And y-axis, it is at 2, so 2, -5 comma 2. So the coordinates of B are -5 comma 2, -5 comma 2. -5 comma 2. Second question is the coordinates of point C. So where is your C here? This C. So the coordinates of point C, the x-axis, on x-axis it is 5 and on y-axis it is -5. So 5 comma -5, right? So the coordinates of point B are 5 comma -5. Then the third question is point identified by -3 comma 5. So -3 comma 5. So your x coordinate is -3 and y coordinate is 5. So let us check which point it is. So -3. So on x-axis -3 is here and y-axis 5. So on y-axis 5. Wait. Point identified by -3 comma -5. So on x coordinate is -3, y coordinate is -5. So x coordinate -3 here and y coordinate -5. So you have to go down till -5. So it is 3. So this E point is having coordinate as -3 comma -5. So the answer for third question will be point E. How you are going to write it? Point E. Then the fourth question is point identified by 2 comma -4. So 2 comma -4. X coordinate is 2, y coordinate is -4. So on x axis 2 and y axis -4. So you will come down here and this is your point G with 2 comma -4 as its coordinate. So the answer for this question is point G. Then the fifth question is the abscissa of point D. Now we have discussed abscissa means which coordinate? X coordinate, and y coordinate means ordinate. So abscissa is the x coordinate and it is asked to find the abscissa of point D. So check where is your point D on this graph. So this is your point D and we have to find its abscissa, that means x coordinate. So where it is meeting x coordinate? 6. Coordinates of this point D are 6 comma 2. We want only abscissa is asked, that is x coordinate. X coordinate is what? 6. So the answer will be 6. The abscissa of point D is 6. Then the sixth question is ordinate of point H. Ordinate means what? Y coordinate of point H. So first you find H. Here is your H point. Now find its xy coordinate. X coordinate is -5 and y coordinate is -3, right? Now what is asked? Only the ordinate of point H. Ordinate means what? Y coordinate. Y coordinate is what? -3. So answer will be -3. The ordinate of point H is -3. Like that you should write. Then the next question is the coordinates of point L. Coordinates are asked, that means both x, y. So coordinates of point L. So first you check where is your point L. Here is your point L on y-axis. Now as we have discussed, when the point is on y-axis, its x coordinate is always 0 and the y coordinate is 5 itself. So coordinates of point L are 0 comma 5. 0 comma 5. Then last question is the coordinates of point M. Now check where is your point M. M is here on x-axis. Now we have discussed when the point is on x-axis, its y coordinate is 0. So y coordinate is 0 and x coordinate is -3 here. So the coordinates of M will be -3 comma 0. -3 comma 0. So here we complete this exercise, and let us see now the last exercise of this chapter, that is 3.3. So the first question of exercise 3.3 is, in which quadrant or on which axis do each of the point lie? So these are the points given, and it is asked where do they lie, in which quadrant, or if they are on any axis, that is asked, right? And then it is said verify your answer by locating them on the Cartesian plane. So now it is asked to verify also by locating them on Cartesian plane, and we have seen that without actually locating we can identify in which quadrant do they lie, right? So let us first check by that method which we have seen without locating, how to determine the quadrant in which the point is present, right? So the first point is minus 2 comma 4. So now as we have discussed, if this is your plane x and y axis, first quadrant, second one, third and fourth. So as we have discussed, if the point lies in the first quadrant, now we know this is the 0, origin, to the right side of origin positive, above origin positive. So the first quadrant lies to the right of origin and above the origin. Right means positive, so x coordinate positive. Above means positives, again y axis also positive, right? So this is the sign convention for first quadrant. Second quadrant, as we discussed, it is to the left of the origin. The second quadrant is to the left of origin, that means x coordinate should be negative, and above the origin, that means y coordinate should be positive. Then third quadrant is to the to the left of origin. Third quadrant is to the left of origin, that means x coordinate should be negative, and third quadrant is below the origin, that means y coordinate also negative. Now fourth one, to the right side of origin, that means x is positive, to the right of origin x positive, and now it is down below the origin, that means y is negative. So these are the sign conventions for first, second, third and fourth quadrant. Now actually without locating we can identify where do the point lie, in which quadrant. So now your first point minus 2 comma 4. Minus 2, x coordinate is minus. Minus means what? To the left of origin. And y is positive, that means above the origin. So to the left and above means which quadrant? Second. Minus plus. So minus and plus. So it will be the second quadrant. First point lies in the second quadrant. Then the second point is 3 comma minus 1. 3 comma minus 1, x coordinate positive, y coordinate negative, that means to the right and below. Right and below is the fourth quadrant, plus minus convention, so positive negative, so it will be the fourth quadrant. That point will lie in the fourth quadrant. Then minus 1 comma 0. Now if you will see there, the y coordinate is 0, and we have discussed if the y coordinate is 0, the point lies on x axis. If y coordinate is 0, point lies on x axis. Then the next point is 1 comma 2, both positive. Both positive means what? First quadrant, to the right and above, so it will be first quadrant. Okay, and the last point is minus 3 comma minus 5, both negative, to the left and below. Left and below means which one? Third one. So third quadrant. So this we can tell without actually locating the point, but it is asked verify your answer by locating them on Cartesian plane. So we need to locate them. So draw the Cartesian plane on your graph papers, you can do that. Okay, and now let us start locating the point. So your first point is minus 2 comma 4. So minus 2 means to the left side of origin, and 4 means above the origin by 4 units. So go up by 4 units. So you will reach here, and this will be your point minus 2 comma 4. Then see, it is in the second quadrant, and we wrote second quadrant. Then the second point is 3 comma minus 1. 3 comma minus 1. Again start with the origin. 3, positive 3. So to the right side you will go. And minus 1. So below you will go and you will reach here. And this will be your point 3 comma minus 1. See, it is in the fourth quadrant and we have written in the fourth quadrant. The next point is minus 1 comma 0. So again start with the origin, minus 1, so you will go to the left side, and 0, that means you are not going anywhere, you are going to be here, and that point is on x-axis, so this is minus 1 comma 0. Then the point is 1 comma 2. So again start with the origin. 1 means positive 1 means to the right side, and y coordinate is 2, so you will go up by 2 units, so you will reach here, and this will be your point 1 comma 2 in the first quadrant. So we wrote first quadrant. Then the last point is minus 3 comma minus 5. Again start with the origin. Minus 3, that means you will go to the left side of origin, you will reach here. Then it is y coordinate is what? Minus 5, so you will go below by 5 units and you will reach here. Minus 5 is here, so this will be your point minus 3 comma minus 5, and it is in the third quadrant. It is in the third quadrant that we wrote. So we have verified our answers by plotting them on the Cartesian plane, right? So this is your first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Okay, so let us see the last question of this chapter and exercise. Let me write it for you. So the last question is, plot the points x comma y given in the following table on the plane, choosing suitable unit of distance on the axis. So we have to choose suitable unit of distance, and that means we have to choose the scale and then plot these points. So x coordinate as minus 2, y coordinate 8, so this forms 1 point. Minus 1 comma 7 forms second point. 0 comma minus 1.25 forms the third point. 1 comma 3 forms the fourth point, and 3 comma minus 1 the fifth point. Okay, so this is x coordinate and y coordinate of a point, first point. So let us first plot the first point, minus 2 comma 8. Now our scale will be 1 unit, 1 division equal to 1 unit, right? 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit. Okay, now minus 2 comma 8. So minus 2, we are plotting this one. Minus 2, so you will, from the origin you will go to the left side, you will reach here. Then comma 8, y coordinate is 8, so you will go up, straight up, do this using scale, and this is your 8, so this is your point. Now I am rubbing the question so that the point is visible clearly. So this is the point minus 2 comma 8, the first point, minus 2 comma 8. Then the second point is minus 1 comma 7. So from origin minus 1, so you will go to the left, and y coordinate is 7, so you will go up by 7 units. So you will reach here, and this is your point minus 1 comma 7. This is the point minus 1 comma 7. Next is 0 comma minus 1.25. So 0, that means you will stay there, and minus 1.25, so you will go down, and you will, so now let us zoom this between minus 1 and minus 2. Let us zoom the part between minus 1 and minus 2. We will do it here. Okay, minus 1 and minus 2. Now in this, there are 10 divisions. There are 10 divisions in between this. We have just zoomed this part, okay? And you will see a little bit dark line at the center of this. Little bit dark. So here you will get minus 1.5. The center one line will be minus 1.5. And now you want to plot minus 1.25. That means half of minus 1 and minus 1.5. So center of this point will be this one, right? So you will mark here, so it will come here somewhere, right? And this will be your point 0 comma minus 1.25. okay, this will be minus 0 comma minus 1.25. now if you will notice, the point is on y-axis, the point is on y-axis, is the x coordinate is 0, the point must be on y-axis, we know this, right? Now the next point is 1 comma 3, 1 comma 3. So from the origin, x coordinate is 1, so you will go to the right side by 1 unit, and y coordinate is 3, so you will go up by 3 units, you will reach here, and this will be your point 1 comma 3. Next is 3 comma minus 1. So 3, again you will go to the right side by 3 units, x coordinate is 3, so on x axis 3, and minus 1 on y axis, minus 1 is here, so you will reach somewhere here, and this will be your point 3 comma minus 1, 3 comma minus 1. This will be your 0 comma minus 1.25, this one, right? So in this way we have plotted all the 5 points on Cartesian plane, and we have taken the scale as 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit, right? Okay, so here we complete this chapter, and in the next video we are going to begin with the 4th chapter, right? So till then, have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.